Thanks for joining us again on Life of Diet. I'm Gordon, the regular host, and behind the camera we have Craig. How you doing, Craig?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Excellent. So we're back with more epic. We love epic. But we're doing something different tonight. It's a bit of a smaller game. We're playing a 2,000 point game. The reason why is because when we play these 4,000 pointers, it's basically a full day of filming, and they've been pretty irregular, and we would actually like more regular epic if we can do it. And so 2,000 points gives us a nice way to do that. So also it's kind of good for our LI 40K project. We try a different size of force and see if it has any ramifications, good or bad, for the game.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know what it is, but psychologically 2,000 points, it means I'm a bit more experimental with my forces. I'm not stuck in my ways with the kind of lists I'm used to using, so it's giving me a chance to field some stuff that I wouldn't normally. And if we get more games in, obviously it will probably encourage that as well, so yeah.
Yeah, likewise, I think this might be my first time playing Slaanesh, because I don't actually have well, I do have the models and a part of the ongoing project of everything getting upgraded, so I think this is my first run out with them.
You've turned my wings against me.
That's it. Yeah, of course I should mention that we're doing your armies here, so we're kind of going for a slightly more modern look in this particular one, and my armies will be the kind of classic look of White Dwarf, but I think it's nice to switch between the styles as well.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I say, it gets you to try different forces as well you might not have, so
exactly.
Good.
Speaking of forces, let's have a closer look at them. Alright, I've taken 2,000 points, so I've got two formations. The first one is a formation with the Emperor's Children's Century, which is 2 squads of Chaos Marines and a squad of Noise Marines, and they also have 2 lots of Rhinos attached to them as well. The second formation is led by Fulgrim, the Greater Demon, or Primarch, whatever way you want to say it. And also I've taken some Hell Knights and Daemonettes, and finally I have 2 Questor Titans. And over to Craig for his.
Okay, for my 2,000 points of Imperial Guard, I've brought 2 formations. So I've got an Assault Infantry Company, they've got a Commissar with them, and then they've got a group of Hellhounds, some Leman Russ Demolishers, and some Griffin Heavy Mortars. And then my second formation is a Leman Russ Company, a Baneblade, a group of Medusas, and some bikes just to round out the points.
Alright, so the mission this time is Devastation, and in Devastation basically you get 6 objectives. You get 5 VPs at the end of each turn for each uncontested objective marker in your own deployment zone. You get 3 for each uncontested neutral one, i.e. these C and D here through the middle. If you capture an objective in your opponent's half, you destroy it, so you're going to starve him of those points every turn, and you'll get an extra 10 VPs. So pretty much if we destroy an objective for the other one, I think there might be a good chance of winning the game. So watch this space to see if any of us can do that, but I don't know, we'll see.
Okay, so I've deployed my forces thusly. So I've got my Assault Company sort of spread out kind of middle left of the board here. Because of the IG command radius thing, I need to be very careful to try and keep stuff in coherency. But it's not the end of the world. If they fall out, they'll be on advance order, so not quite as devastating as it used to be. I've got my close assault stuff here on the bridge, so I've got the Leman Russ Demolishers and Hellhounds ready to rush across and burn some stuff. And then I've got my Talaran Desert Company guys on this side, quite well camouflaged in this mat actually, if you can see them. But yeah, so I've got the Leman Russ Company, I've got the Medusas, and then at the back I've got my Griffins right at the back here, and then on my far left flank I've got a little bike squad just to do a bit of harassment and maybe grab an objective, but yeah, I'm not fancying my chances what's bearing down on them. What have you got here, Gordon?
Yeah, so I've got my Hell Knights, and they get an infiltrate move, which is really great because they can get forward straight away, and those are, they get some decent shooting on them. I have a squad of Chaos Marines at the back there. I've got a squad of Rhinos which is carrying Noise Marines. One of my Questors, Fulgrim, the big bad, the Demon. I've also got another Questor, the Daemonettes, more Chaos Marines, and more Rhinos hidden in that rubble there basically.
Excellent.
Good, so let's get straight into it then.
Okay, interrupting turn 1 movement, so I've opted to charge my bikes into these Hell Knights, and Gordon's going to point defence at them.
Yeah, I was thinking of snap fire, and I'm taking a risk I don't really want to lose my shooting against those
so
tanks on the bridge here. So yeah, I'm taking a bit of a gamble because they are a bit brittle, certainly from the calf point of view. So anyway, they get 2 dice each for point defence, so 6 dice, looking for 6s. Nothing.
Okay, charge completes then. Okay, so that's the end of turn 1 movement. So yep, I've charged my bikes into these Hell Knights as you saw. So it was a bit of a weighing up all the options. I decided to, why not? It's a bit of cinema, isn't it?
Yeah.
And as you just saw, your point defence failed against them. So
miserably.
There's a chance, not a great chance.
There's a pretty decent chance actually to take these down. So we'll see what happens.
Exactly. And then the rest of the bulkier forces.
Yeah. So here. Got my Questor. He's came forward to deal with your. Well, certainly hope to shoot at your tanks. I've got the Rhinos came forward and they dropped off the Noise Marines who have basically taken over the ruins. Yep. Fulgrim pushed up, not really doing anything. He doesn't really have any attacks. It's once he gets a bit closer. My Chaos Marines, they basically are capturing the deep objective there. My other Questor must have been hanging about with Nurgle because he went for a bath, enjoying the pleasures of water running between his legs. And my Daemonettes and my Chaos Marines did a march onto the bridge. Just to mention again, if anybody missed it, the now march order only does double movement, not triple movement, as was initially the case in LI. And finally, I've just left Rhinos in first fire here because, they're capturing their deep objective. What about you?
Yep. And for me, I've advanced my Lehman Rust Demolishers and Hellhounds across the bridge. Well, they're still on the bridge because they're slow. I've got my unit of assault guys here just to capture this back objective. I've left my Baneblade on first fire because he's got a few lines of sight down here. And then I've jump packed my other assault detachment across the river into this building to garrison it. Another detachment of assault marines garrison this building. Griffins, of course, on first fire with the commissar to keep giving them orders and grab that objective. And then the rest of my stuff is just kind of piling up through the ruins here. So yeah, I've got
my Questor's worried.
Yeah, I've got a full Lehman Rust company there. Although these ones won't be able to see anything because of the blocking terrain. My Medusas, which I'm really keen to get at least a shot off with them. Yeah, I've got a wee sight line down there. So yeah, let's go into first fire. Okay, first fire over to me, and I'm going to use my Griffins, unsurprisingly, and I'm going to use this unit here to spot down here into the ruins, and then I've managed to catch everyone, yeah. 5 Noise Marines, 3 Rhinos and a Fulgrim, but we need to scatter first.
Yes, please roll very scatter.
It does 11.
11.
Misses.
It does miss.
Yeah. Okay. Well done.
That put the fear in me.
Baneblade is going to fire at this Questor Knight, so because of the glamour of Slaanesh, he'll be -1 to hit. So 4+ and 5+, these will now be 5s and 6s. So blue dice will be 5s, green dice will be 6s. None. Damn. Oh well.
Okay. Into close combat then, and I'm going to play one of my 3 Chaos cards. It's quite interesting playing with a small deck like this because it usually you get loads to kind of churn through, but anyway, I've got Poisonous Bite, which allows me an extra +1 to my calf. So my Hell Knights are +3, so they're +4 now.
Yep, and +1 in the charge, so you get a +2 overall to me.
Yeah, I don't feel great about this.
Right, so we start with the individual combat.
Yeah, this one in there.
Yep. Oh, did me.
Yeah. It was the same result.
Yeah, by mechanics.
Got you again, I think.
Yeah.
2 dice versus my +2. Oh dear.
Yeah,
13.
got you by
15.
2.
Right, so he's gone. Oh, you've done
me there. Excellent.
Well done.
It's a draw. It's combat's 1. It's a draw, so it's nothing happens essentially.
Well done. That was good going.
Great, yeah, for 150-point bikes. Can you whack that? Okay, over to me for the first advanced fire. So I'm going to fire my Medusas because I've never used them before, and I'm worried that I'll get them wiped out before they get to shoot. So I'm going to fire into this Questor here. Only 2 of them have line of sight though, unfortunately. So 2 dice, normally 4s, but because of the glamour Slaanesh, I've got to 5s. It's 1 hit, and that is at a -3.
So 5 up.
It's a wind.
Yeah.
And these guys have only got 2 wins, so yeah.
My Questor, before he gets nuked here, he's going to fire these 2 long-range weapons at your
Griffins.
Yeah. I was going to go after your Medusas, but I'm actually going to go. These are all out in the open.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I'll go for them because they've still to fire and they're more of a threat to them this turn.
Definitely.
5 or 6s to hit a lot. Pretty good on your Lehman Russ, mind you. But your other guys got away with it.
4 hits.
4 hits, yeah.
And that's a minus...
Minus 1.
Yeah, 3 up normally, so 4 ups.
Oh, you swing.
Excellent. Emperor protects. Lehman Russ Demolishers, they're going to fire. I've had a bit of a debate here because the Noise Marines are very tempting and they're also quite scary, but I'm going to go for the Quester Titan. So Glamour of Slaanesh puts them up to 5+ on their Demolisher cannons, normally 4s. We get 1, and it's at -3 again. No. So he's down to 1 wound as well. Cool, we're getting there, but...
Alright, my Noise Marines then, they're targeting your detachment of Demolishers. I would have liked to have caught before they did that firing, but anyway. So they have a burst template, which means you can catch all 3 and each one of them fires one of these. So effectively 15 dice, 5 ups. minus 2.
-2, yeah. I'm not going to help you count them. There's quite a few though.
8, 9.
And it's -2, so it'll be 5 ups. No. It's not enough.
Yes!
Well done.
That makes me feel better about the Knights going now.
Again, that's another new unit I've never had in the field before, so I'm glad they got to fire at least. Yeah. Lehman Russ here, going against your Quester. So again, normally 4s and 5s, but it'll be 5s and 6s. So the blue dice will be 5s, green dice will be 6s. 2 in the blue dice, which is good. That's the -2.
So 2 4 ups. I really need both of these, don't I? No, he's gone.
Yep.
Nah.
Oh, good.
Well, does that mean...
It's a small explosion? So again, it's 3 inches or something?
Yeah, I think he's probably going to hit my Daemonics.
Potentially.
Yes, definitely is. So 3 of them.
We need to roll to hit, don't we? It's not an automatic hit.
He's out.
Yep, we'll just check the rules again. So yeah, 3-inch blast, and then they're hit on a 4+. So I'll roll for hitting these guys. 3 Daemonics, just the one of them, and it's a -1 TSM. So.
Okay, but they have a 4 up, so 5+.
Okay, 1 goes. Cool. Happy with that.
Right, my Chaos Marines are going to try and tidy up these bikes here, get rid of them, because they're going to be a big nuisance. Anyway, 4 ups to hit.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, but they did well.
No, exactly. It's 150 points well spent.
I would rather be in your shoes there.
Our last detachment are Lehman Russes, and they've got the commander with them, so that's an extra couple of dice. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Daemonettes. Now, as we mentioned earlier, the bridges are open these days, according to LI, so we'll go with that. So blue dice will be hitting on 4s, green dice will be hitting on 5. 4 hits total, 5 hits total. 3 at -1 and 2 at -2.
Okay, 3 at -1, so these are 5s. So I've lost 2.
2 at -2.
2 at -2, so 6s. I'll save 1, so 3 dead. Yeah, I've still got 1 left in that detachment.
That's all you need. I think the rules for them is if you get them into close combat, they effectively can make the whole detachment take a morale test or something, don't they?
Yeah, and then they don't roll any dice in close combat.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting.
Nasty. Yeah, I suppose one other thing to mention is that they didn't get transported in rhinos because it was an FAQ somewhere in White Dwarf, I think, where they had said that demons can only go in demon engines. They can't actually go in rhinos.
Yeah, it makes sense lore-wise. It just you'd have loved to put them in rhinos though.
Oh, I totally would have loved to put them in a rhino. My one surviving Hell Knight is going to try and pick off a couple of these Hellhounds. 4 ups.
Ooh, snake eyes. Unfortunate.
Alright, the Questor is going to try and take out your Hellhounds as well. They're really bad news for me if they get moving next turn because they get these big templates and they ignore cover. So I want them dead. So 5 ups.
Yes.
So 3.
Yep.
Just a -1.
Okay, but still 6s for me. Nope. All gone. Well done. Okay, end of turn 1. Yeah, that was fairly action-packed, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Aye.
The interesting thing is that every loss at this scale feels really significant. And that's really good fun because most of the time you're just like, okay. But especially when you took out those 2 Hell Knights, I was feeling very down because it's still such kind of. That's a lot of points for me in that scale. So it was good, and it was good seeing bikes getting amongst it. Their calves aren't that great, which is a problem there. Yeah, he's down to 1 wound, which I'm not feeling great about either. But we've not captured any of the centre objectives, but both his have captured our
Yeah.
deep objectives.
We've got our deep ones.
So we're kind of good for going forward and maybe go for contest those.
Yeah.
someday.
Yeah, I think the real challenge for me will become when you start getting close enough to me to cause terror checks and morale checks and stuff, because that's where the Imperial Guard fall apart. So my plan is obviously not to let you get there. But we'll see how that goes.
Good
Right.
luck. Have a wee look at the losses. So what have you got on your side, Craig?
Yeah, you've wiped out my Leman Rust Demolishers, my bikes and my Hellhounds.
But not broken any
Not
formations.
broken anything yet, no.
However, on my side, you have taken in a Questor, which is worth 2 points.
Yep.
And because a breakpoint was 6 and you just got 6 of them, they're all in one formation, so that's another 9 points. So that's 11 you get for breakages. And we've both taken a deep objective, so we get 10 points for those each. So I'm on 10 and you're on 21. And let's get
Cool.
to turn 2. Alright, we're at the very start of the movement phase and I'm playing some badness here. So I have the Chaos reward of Lure of Slaanesh, and what it means is that one unit of my Emperor's Children, isn't
Yep.
it? A unit within 25 of them, they can basically take control of them and deal with them the whole turn. So I'm going to take control of your...
Yeah, you don't need to roll or anything, do you? No? No?
Just,
Okay, straight
just
up.
Straight up.
I should know this because I've used it before, but...
It's horrible when it's used against you. You're always looking for a But yeah, I'm going to take control of them and
Okay.
I'm going to throw them into close combat with somebody. You can only reach one of them, so I think they're going to have to assail your own building, basically,
Yeah,
attack
yeah.
your...
Do I point defence my own guys is the question? No, because I kind of want them to win, bizarrely, because my company commander's in there.
Aye, whoever loses, I win, I suppose, here.
Another interesting one we've not really came across yet in LI, which we can have a think about, is jump pack troops get +1 to their CAF when they assault a building, because they're effectively just smashing through the windows and coming in the roofs and stuff like that.
All right, okay.
So it's not really came up before, I don't think. But
That's a happy accident for
well,
me, I
yeah,
suppose.
we can discuss whether we want to include that in our rule set. But end of turn 2 movement. So I've shuffled my tanks around in a bit of a car park here. I managed to push my Leman Russ up to within 3 of this objective and stay out of charge range of that demonette, which I was quite worried about. And you've managed to get your Marines not quite off the bridge, but they're fairly safe because I've wheeled my Medusas round for potentially getting some sight lines down here, but I think they're going to spend a turn driving about, unfortunately. Obviously we saw the most interesting thing, which was these guys now under the lure of Slaanesh have attacked their own troops, so it's going to be quite a fun one to resolve. And then everything else is starting to seep forward.
Yeah, I pushed my Marines forward a wee bit. The Noise Marines, as we saw on first fire, Fulgrim's taking cover behind the building here,
Yes.
as I like to do with demons.
I don't feel so bad. It seems in character for him a wee bit more sneaky than putting anger in a...
Yeah, I suppose.
So, yeah.
And also the Questors moved up.
Yep.
Moved my Rhinos in to take this objective, and I'm putting pressure on your deep objective with my Hell Knight move.
Yeah, I've moved my Assault Marines here to try and get this middle objective, but I've just realised that they're going to get absolutely smashed by these Noise Marines. And obviously this knight is going to just be able to walk in here and I won't be able to do anything about it, whereas I could have contested it. So yeah, tactical blunders. And I put my Baneblade on the bridge as well, just for coolness. Okay, let's get into first fire.
The Noise Marines are going to go after your assault guys that have boldly come onto that. We worked out the blast radiuses, and these 2 are getting hit twice and these 3 are getting hit 3 times, so they're basically 5 or 6.
3.
3, yeah.
Just the 3? Alright, okay. Oh, that's not too bad. So morale check for me, with nobody around, so it'll be their normal morale. 4 up. Yep, they're fine though. No, I wouldn't say they're fine, but they're not bad.
They're surviving.
Yeah, over to me. Now, I need to deal with these Noise Marines. Obviously, I needed to deal with them a turn ago, but hey-ho. So yeah, I've got my Griffins now. I've actually just realised they actually do have a very slim direct line of sight down to that building. So, I'm going to use it so that you scatter. 5 guys under there, hit on 4s. Ooh, 3. You get no TSM though.
5 ups. No.
Good.
And don't get the cover save because of that.
Exactly, yeah.
Weapon.
Ignores cover. Right, over to me. So, yeah, I'm going to fire these Leman Russ on first fire on 2 guys on the bridge. Now, because they're on the bridge, they're slightly elevated, so I'm firing over the top with one of the guys.
Yep.
But we had a wee discussion about it and we're all quite happy-ish.
Yeah.
So,
That's fine.
So it'll be 8 dice. The greens will be hitting on 5s, blues will be hitting on 4s. 3 hits. 2 at -2 and 1 at -1. So -2s will just be
they'll be
speed,
prized,
yeah, 2.
so 6 with that one.
No.
Take them from the back, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 3 dead.
3 dead Marines.
Okay, morale check.
Yeah, they're fine. Okay, only close combat of this turn, and it's me against me.
It's actually me because they're under Slaanesh control.
Of course, yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
they're enjoying the pleasures of life.
So you're going to try and get my company commander killed as well, aren't you? So you're going to throw him straight into combat.
Yeah, this is a bit bad of me, but...
So they'll just be 1-on-1, because remember there's 2 commanders in there, there's 2 HQ units, so
yeah,
you'll just do one of them against one of guys, one of them against another guy, and then the rest. And it's even odds for cat.
well, the commander survives. That's your good news for you there.
Exactly. So that's one.
So that's not too bad.
One lane. So yeah, I do actually want to. I want to lose these. Essentially, it's a standoff. Third 1-on-1.
Yeah, I've got you.
You've got me that time. So all the commanders have fought, and one of the guys has fought. So these are just normal guys now. This is the last 1-on-1, and then we're into gang ups. I got you. I got him.
Yep.
And now you'll get 3 dice against him. Yes, you got me by 1 guy. So 1-on-1 this time, and then that was a 6.
I know it was a 6 eye,
Okay.
so
that's
you won that one.
1. 7. Yeah,
he's dead.
Yeah, these guys obviously lost the combat. They'll need to do a morale check. They're okay.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Well done.
So yeah, they'll stay in the building, I
The
guess.
good news for me, 7 guys dead, some of your stands. So
Yeah,
worked.
that's probably broken that company, I would imagine. Yeah, nasty. Ugh.
Hellblade is going to fire at the Baneblade, because we've ruled that this is all open terrain.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 dice 4 ups. Oh, no!
I'm glad it's not just me, these things. You know. Baneblade is going to go into the Questor, so blue dice will be 5s, green dice will be 6s.
Nothing. Alright, the Questor is going to try and pick off the rest of these troops on the bridge, because I want them gone, and also going to try and pick off your...
Griffins.
I keep forgetting the name. 5 for the lot. Griffins escape again, and only 1 hit on your infantry.
Dead. They've already done a morale check this turn, so don't need to do it again. Okay, it's all me for advanced fire now, so I'll start with these Medusas, and I'll go for the Rhinos. It's all they can really get a clear shot at. So 3 dice hitting on 4s. 2, and that's -3, so 2 explode, and a wee morale check.
No, it's not.
I think they're fine. Yeah, it's 2, so they're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Lehman Russes into these guys. I think I've been messing this up all game, and I've been giving them a 4+ instead of a 5+, but yeah, it should be 5+.
I know it was an honest mistake.
Yeah.
If I lose, it's all on that.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll need to replay the tape, and then I'll. That's it. But yeah, 5s. So yeah, because this is always the debate with Lehman Russes, is they're worse than Predators because you've got the split dice, don't you?
Yeah, but it's just that thing of having to distinguish attack dice.
Yeah. Either way, 6 dice going into these guys, all hitting on 5s. Blues are the it's 2, so
2 hits.
Yeah, 2 hit. 1 at -2, so 1 guy insta-dies, and then 1 guy's got a 6-up save. Which he don't make.
So both of them going.
Yep. So I'm going to go these Lehman Russ now into the Noise Marines in cover. So we're hitting on 6s. There's 1. 5-up cover, save fixed anyway.
Oh,
It's
makes
fine, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, end of turn 2, and yeah, there's not too much left on the table. I guess there wasn't too much to start with.
Yeah, that's
Not
right.
too bad about it. So what have we got then?
So I took this objective here
Yeah.
in the middle, so I get 3 points for that. I've held on to my 2 deep objectives, so 13 this turn for that.
And then likewise, yep, I've held on to that one because they're sticky, this one, and then I've managed to grab this one with my Lehman Russ. So we're even Stevens in terms of that, and you managed to break my assault company.
By turning them up on them.
By turning them on themselves, so that's them. They're all going to be advanced next turn, unfortunately. And obviously I broke your demons last turn, so we're both 11 VPs and kills as well. So 34-34.
Yeah. Spot on. Makes it nice and interesting. I suppose my one worry here is you have a lot of tanks left.
Yeah,
I'm a bit...
It's
you
going
still
to
have
come
that
down
artillery annoyingly at the back.
Yeah, although it can only fire direct now because I won't be able to do first fire with them.
Oh.
In fact, I don't even know if they can fire at all. I need to look that up. That could be interesting. But it's going to be tanks versus Marines, which is quite cool.
See who prevails.
Cool, right, let's get turn 3, yeah. Okay, interrupting turn 3 movement. So yeah, I'm having to move my Leman Russ over to try and get into this objective zone at some point. So I've met a demonette on the bridge and she's charged into me. So I'm going to have to snap fire with everything I've got. So everything will be hitting on 6s, but the blue dice will be -2 TSM, green dice will be -1, and then the red dice will be 0 for point defense. Come on, 6s. Aye, good. So
that was 1 as well.
Yeah. So 1 6+ save to make and 2 4+.
Yeah, let's just do the 6.
No.
I'm done.
Good. Back to hell with her.
Never got to see her power in.
No. Interrupting again. So you've got your Hell Knight striding across the river at the moment towards me, and I'm scared because I think, well, I know what you've got in your deck because we've already shown our hand.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Yes, exactly.
So.
But can't unlearn what I know. So yeah, I'm going to try and snap fire everything with a Baneblade into him as he comes over. Everything on 6s, but the blue dice will be -2 TSM, green dice -1. Hung there for a second, but not good enough. Okay, I've thrown my lone unit of assault Imperial Guardsmen into your Rhino here, and you're going to point defensive on the way in. Oh no. Close, but no cigar. Charged my assault infantry into your Questor, and you're just going to point defense them, which is separate from your shooting attacks. So you can still just walk away and shoot them.
1.
There you go. Okay, and Fulgrim has counter-charged me, so because he's scary, I need to make a morale check. -2, yeah. What, 6?
6.
Oh, close, but no cigar. Yeah, so he's on fallback orders.
Yep, -2.
-2 to his calf. I don't think he's doing much.
Yeah, no,
End of turn 3 movement, so yep, I'm pushing my Leman Russ over the bridge, cleared out the demonette. I've just got the Rhino on the other side now to deal with.
Yeah, they shifted over a wee bit.
Yeah, so
just getting ready for the...
So yeah, I'm slowly making my way up there to that objective. And again, just shuffling around in these ruins. So I've got my Medusas swung around a bit, but again, nothing much for them to fire at this turn. My Baneblade obviously failed. You know, it was on first fire, snap fired everything at the Hell Knight coming in, but failed. So I know it's coming up for it soon, and we'll see that in a second maybe. And then obviously there's all the shenanigans in the middle here with these Assault Marines and trying to pin a Questor Knight, which just walked away.
Yeah, it's agile as well, so he could turn as much as he wanted.
Exactly. So there was no chance of that getting pinned. And then you've just got your Marines sauntering forward here.
Yeah, I felt I had to bring them forward because they were out of range for anything. They probably just made themselves prime targets, but
yeah,
got to do something with them.
Definitely. Let's get in the first fire then. And here's what I was worried about.
Yeah, as advertised.
Yeah, so telekinesis, very small print, but yeah, essentially you can nominate a model within 25 centimetres of anything else and move it 10 centimetres, and if it ends up in impassable terrain, it's dead. And we've measured it, and 10 centimetres gets you to there, so I'm quite happy that it's more than half in the drink, and therefore becomes a Panzer of the Lake. So yeah, well done.
Creates a new fort.
Exactly. So yeah, it's anything up to, you can't do it with Titans, but you can do up to super heavy. So yeah, there goes my Baneblade.
Chaos cards are. Yeah, that was a good one actually.
That's well worth it.
My Noise Marines are going to target because they're out in the open. Legion Russ, I think just with a 2 though. Okay, so 6 dice.
6 dice.
5 or 6s.
2. -2.
5 ups.
Yep, 2
gone. Good.
Okay, and that's a morale check for that detachment as well. Nope, not happy. They're on fallback. All I've got in first fire are these Leman Russ, and they're just going to go for these Marines in the open. So 6 dice. The blues are -2, greens are -1, all 5. Ugh, nothing.
Okay,
so formality, but yeah, he's what were you, +10?
+10, you're -2, well, -1 overall.
-1, plus you charged. So yeah, I think he's a snake.
Yeah. He's wasted, yeah. And I had initial, so I chose to attack with Fulgrim first.
Yeah, and that was only close combat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. Into advanced fire.
Alright, my quester is going to use his short, he's only at 50 range, so he's going to go have try and clean out these guys, and the other 2 dice will be going at your griffins.
Yep.
And it's all 5s to hit.
Oh, and that's the ones you wanted.
Yeah, and I get one of the troops.
Yeah, one of the troops goes...
Forgetting, because they're IG, they just get no save at all, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. What was the minus on those? -2 or something, wasn't it?
That's just a -1.
-1, so we'll get 6 up saves.
No, good.
Okay, 2 die and a morale check as well. No, so 2 go, and then most importantly they go on fallback. Right, back to me. So my Medusas are going to fire at this Hell Knight. So we've decided obviously he's in the open essentially there.
Yeah.
So
it's non-blocking. It says bridges are non-blocking.
Yeah, exactly. So 4s normally, 5s now.
Yeah, because
with the glamour of Slaanesh. 1 hit. That's a -3.
5. Come on, I really want this.
Oh, well done.
Still not out. Right, the Hell Knight will return fire at these guys. Okay, 4 ups. Oh.
Good. Excellent.
Chaos Marines are going to go after your demolishers as well.
In range by a ball here, so
4 ups. 3 hits.
3 hits, -1. These will be 6s.
You got a 6 there.
Got 2 6s.
Excellent.
So just 1 dies. Okay, so it's just the end phase now. So I've just fallen back with the Legion Russ. This guy, he'll fall back off the edge of the table, so he's goner. And then I need to do a rally on the Legion Russ to see. Now he is a company commander, so it should be a 3 up anyway.
Yep,
That's fine. Okay, back in the fight. End of turn 3, and things are getting tight. So, as you just saw, I managed to rally these guys. Pushing these Legion Russ up the bridge. These guys will all be in advance now, though, unfortunately, because their company commander is at the back of the board. So that's going to scupper me for the next turn, I think. Obviously, you getting your Hell Knight into here, you managed to destroy this objective, and then that takes it away from me and my ability to score points from it, which is really good for you.
And it also gives me an extra 10 points for destroying it.
Ah, okay, excellent. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I've held on to that one because they're sticky, obviously. You've held this one, and then still your back end ones. Breakages, so yeah, you've pretty much wiped out my assault company stuff, but that's already broken. You need 2 more casualties to take out my Talaran guys.
Okay, so these were already broken, and the Marines, you need another 3 to break them.
Cool, and then victory points total now.
Yeah, you are on 42 and I'm on 57.
Yep, so you've swung it a little bit now.
Yeah, that was a big moment taking out that deep objective, so...
Yeah, and getting rid of my Baneblade now is also giving you a bit of a firepower advantage potentially. So, we'll see.
We'll see.
Turn 4.
Yeah. Alright, these 2 assault guys, they were within 15 of Fulgrim. Chris just rolled out of camera there. Failed to get the 6 he needed because it's -2, which basically means if they fail that morale check, they're mine this turn. And he's going to order them in to attack their own guys.
Mm-hmm. And now I'm going to point defence them on the way in or not point defence them, snapfire at them on the way in because otherwise I'll lose my Medusas. So 3 dice hitting on 6s. No.
Unlucky.
Okay, I've advanced my Legion Russ onto the bridge here, and then you've counter-charged them with your rhinos, so I'm going to have to snap fire at them on the way in. So everything will be hitting on 6s, blue dice will be -2, TSM, green dice -1, and reds will be 0s.
Yeah, 1 of each. 4 up save. Nope. 5 up save. Nope. 6.
Nope.
Good. All good.
And that breaks them as well.
Yeah, breaks the company. That's good for you.
It is.
And puts my deep objective under jeopardy.
Indeed.
Not so good.
Okay, and turn 4 movement. So yeah, you've pulled your rhino across the bridge and your knight is bearing down on my rallied Legion Russ. I guess they're going for this objective to try and destroy it, take it away from me. Obviously you saw this again, shenanigans with taking control of my guys and putting them into combat, which has really messed me up. And my Legion Russ are still now making a move on your backline objectives, slowly but surely. And then you've kept Fulgrim out of sight. Yeah,
just moved the subjugator to fire at these guys, and I've moved my Chaos Marines into this building.
Okay, over to first fire then.
Alright, my noise marines. My noise marines are going to target your guys on the bridge here.
Yep.
The way it kind of works, we're right at the very limits of their range, so one of the barrages catches him, the second one catches 2 of them, and the third one catches all 3, so basically I get 6 attack dice. 5 or 6s. Oh, very good. 5.
5?
5.
-2 as well, did you say?
-2, yeah.
So I need 5. Jeez. Nope.
Just 2, 3 failed, so.
Yikes. Okay, well done. And that'll be then broken as well. Okay, me against me again. So, yeah, you've got the 2 +2 calf over
Yeah, overall.
Magis's.
One gone.
Yeah. Okay, so Magis is wiped out then.
Right, my Hell Knight's going to go for your 2 Lehman Rust tanks there.
Yep.
2 dice, 4 mils. 1 hit.
1 hit.
-3.
Oh, 6. Yes.
Well
saved.
done.
You use my Lehman Rust to go for your Questor. Only 2 of them can see though. So it'll be all 6s. The blue dice will be -2 and the green dice will be -1. Nothing.
Okay. Alright, the Questor will return fire at those 2 guys.
Yeah, so we've got 6 dice hitting one of them. It's only just in range, and then the other 2 are the other 2.
Well, just at one of them because I can't see the other one.
Got you.
5 ups. Just 1. -1.
He's fine. Back to me, so yeah, Lehman Russ against the Hell Knight. Glamour Slaanesh again puts him up to 6s. Blue dice are -2s. Nope. Okay, end of the turn, and yeah, everything's broken.
Yeah.
But, well, we only had 4 formations in total, but they're all broken, and that means that I can no longer get these guys over to this objective in 2 turns, or 1. There's only 1 turn left anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
You were really needing one of them to hang in there.
no, exactly. So well done, well played.
Well played.
Yep,
Yeah.
you've done me. You've snuck it.
Yeah, so just for completeness sake,
Mm-hmm.
you get another 8 points that turn for holding those 2 objectives.
Yep.
You get another 8 on top of that for breaking my Marines.
Mm-hmm.
So up 16 you got. That took you from 42 up to 58. And then I got another 13 for holding objectives. And what was it for your formation?
11 again.
11.
So, yeah.
So that was another 24. And that took me from 57 to 81. So.
Aye. Decisive, yeah. But close still. Again.
Yeah, I mean, that was really fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes a 2,000 point game is really, really good.
I enjoyed that as much as anything else. That's fine. Plenty of stuff on the table, plenty of stuff dying, plenty of movement. If anything, I think it's actually quite good or better for movement, having slightly less stuff, because you get a wee bit more, stuff moving around, whereas it can be a bit of a car park at the higher points. So yeah, I'm all for it. It's good.
I really enjoyed playing Slaanesh. I liked the -1s to hit. That makes a big difference. It's not so good against the Eldar because they get 4+ for a lot of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They struggle a bit against them, but against other forces which mostly have 5s to hit, that's really a big difference.
And I might have done you at the start of the game as well by rolling for 4s instead of 6s or whatever, or 5s instead of 6s. So we can check that back, but you might have actually done better than
I'm
even
not sure.
that. But
I was definitely panicking when those bites took out those hell.
Yeah, I think that was
helmets.
my first move of the game, my best move of the game, really. I'm glad to see them working out as well, because I've taken them a couple of times now and had mixed results. But I think obviously the Chaos cards as well, you were very lucky with them being able to.
The telekinesis thing was brutal.
Dumping my Baneblade in the river, taking control of my unit.
Well, that wasn't the Chaos cards.
It was the Slaanesh.
The reward. Yeah.
The reward card.
It was nice getting to use that. I hadn't played Slaanesh before then, but I don't remember seeing it happen before.
Well, I used it in a game against you when I took control of your Terminators, but then did nothing with them. They all missed. So it was just like a waste of time.
About that. And it was good that Fulgrim actually did get to try his power out as well, which is very similar. It's the same thing. That's
cool. Yeah, I've never actually fielded him. I painted him up a few years ago and then never had him in the field. I always take the Keeper of Secrets instead, because he's got that kind of insta-kill attack. But yeah, Fulgrim's thing is really nasty if you can get him in close enough. Yeah,
it was good fun seeing it actually do something, and actually that was a major moment as well, because it wasn't so much Fulgrim's one as the Chaos card, where I took control of that whole unit of assault guys, and basically the carnage that they caused each other
broke themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So good fun.
Aye.
Good for a 2000. That was good.
Aye, definitely. I've actually enjoyed it because we were making up lists beforehand, so I've got a few more 2,000 point lists in the bag already that I want to try out. So yeah, we've got games and games and games.
Good stuff. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider commenting, liking, and most of all subscribing. And until next time, keep on living the life of Die.